Hey everybody, this is Tina. Welcome to my video today, you guys. I am super excited to share this post with you guys. I'm going to be using a couple products from the brand new holiday catalog that goes live this Friday. So in just a few short days, you're going to be able to order from this catalog. And I wanted to feature a couple of the stamp sets that are for Halloween. And I had so much fun working on this project. I'm not a huge Halloween fan. Like, we don't celebrate Halloween. Our kids don't do trick-or-treating, but I do make treats for the kids at school and for the office ladies, and it's fun to do some of this really cute Halloween stuff. So I'm going to be using two of these. So I'm going to be featuring several projects from the Spooky Cat set, and this set has a punch that goes along with it. And you can see that. And so I'm going to be showing you guys a ton of different things to do with this stamp set. And it was so fun diving into that. Here's a little sneak peek. And then I'm also going to be using this stamp set, and this is the Label of Love, and then it has a punch that coordinates with it. Now you can pick up this punch with a different stamp set and bundle the other stamp set together with the punch and save 10%. I picked up this stamp set and then the punch separate because I wasn't ready to get Christmas stuff yet. The punch is bundled together with Christmas product, and I wasn't ready for that yet. So I picked them up separate, but just be aware that there is a bundle that you can get together and you'll save 10% if you love this punch. So I grabbed this one, and I wanted to show you guys, the reason I'm starting out kind of like this is because I wanted to show you guys a tip, kind of like a trick that I have to getting my stamps when they're on a, this is our clear mount stamps, which is a little bit confusing because sometimes when you think of clear mount, you think of the photopolymer because they're clear and you can see through them. So the difference is that these are photopolymer and you don't need anything, you don't do anything. The image is already on them and they just stick right to your block, super easy. That's our photopolymer. You'll use a clear block with that. Our clear mount, it is the red rubber stamp, and then it is on this cling mount foam, and then this sticks to your block. So instead of having a wood block, you have the clear block, and then they also come in the CD case that is a little bit more storage friendly. So sometimes, depending on the climate that you live in and whatnot, sometimes there is a struggle getting these to stick all the way to your block. So there's a few things that you can do. One of the things that I do right away with all of my stamps is I just trim the sticker portion that you're going to put right on that clear mount foam. I just trim these really close to the image. You can see I've just trimmed that sticker really close to the image. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this right onto my stamp. Now there's more of that foam that will stick to my block. Okay, so a couple other things you can do. You can take our mono liquid adhesive. This is really gunked up because I've used it quite a bit. But this is our multi-purpose adhesive, and you may not know that this is repositionable glue if you let it dry without attaching it to anything. So the other thing you can do is put a little bit of glue on here. Smear, around so it's a really thin coat, and then let it dry. And when you do that, it's going to be repositionable. So then it'll stick to your block easier, right? Sometimes if I'm in a hurry and I'm like just trying to go and my block is having some problems, I'll just run some snail adhesive right over that and that will stick to my block. The adhesive will get on your block and you'll have to clean it eventually, but that's what I do if I'm in a pinch. And the other thing that you can do is take a little bit of chapstick. So if you have the one that I have found works the best is the Burt's Bee and the plain clear chapstick, not a one that has a tint to it, a color tint, but if it's just clear and plain, if you put a little bit of that on your block and then stick it to your stamp here, it'll work. So those are a couple tips for you. So let's dive in and let me show you what I have for you. So I'm going to start by showing you some of these really cute treats that I have. My friend Chris made these and it was so sweet of her to make them. She's super, super talented, you guys. I love her. I love going and being able to create with her because it inspires me, because she does this really cute stuff that I would not think of. I always say I'm not creative with this, like the 3D stuff or doing the treat bags. Like I tend to just think really simple, and I don't think to do some of the things that she thinks to do. So it's fun when you create with someone else that can spark that creative, like that creative mojo. It like just, it's magic. It starts to like flow between like when you're stamping and you're like, oh, what about this or what about that? And so that's always fun. So I encourage you guys to stamp with somebody, like bring some ink and paper out. So a couple of the things she did, she put a toothpick, she punched out the cat and stamped it, and then so there's just orange on the back, and then the stamp, and then it's on a toothpick. So originally I wanted to get a cupcake for you guys and like put this in the cupcake, but you know what would happen? I would eat the cupcake, and I'm trying to be good. So I decided to pass on the cupcake, but you get the idea. You would just use that toothpick to go right into the cupcake, and it would be a really cute, simple topper. So that's just with a toothpick. The other thing she did that I thought was so creative, you guys, is, I think I'll have to take this off to show you. So she made the cat, and then she put the hook, like she put baker's twine, and this particular baker's twine is on the clearance rack right now, you guys. So fun. So she just hooked that into the back of the cat and then did a backer, and then it has this little hoop. And then what I did is I attached it to this ribbon, this black and white ribbon is in the new catalog, and it's in the Christmas section, but it works great for Halloween. So I attached 2 of those cats. This is designer paper that she had on hand. So I attached that to the bow, and then I just twisted them so they'll kind of stay on. So this orange cat is attached to this part of the bow. This one is hooked on this part, and then I just flipped them over. I'm not positive how she did this little, I think this might be like a cupcake like holder, but I'm not positive how she did that. I forgot to ask her. So then there's just some little candies in there. This is our popcorn die, and it has this stamp on it, which is from this stamp set right there. And she did some with some designer paper, and then there's some goodies inside, which you guys, I might have to eat that. That might trip me up with this trying to be good situation. So there's those 2, which I love the way they turned out. And then I thought I would create something for you guys on camera here. Oh, let me show you one more thing we did. So this I actually did with her. And we did this whole cat banner. So you see, here's a cat. This is, we just used the punch on this. Then we stamped here. This is a little flag. And she just happened to have some items left over from last year. So this was the spiderweb doily from last year. And we did this whole banner. I'm actually going to take it to the school during October, and so that we can hang it up in the office. There'll be a picture of this. It'll be better on my website. It's really long. And we just did the cats. We stamped and then used that punch, and it was super easy. So, but I wanted to use this stamp set for you guys, and I wanted to create something for you here on camera. And I found these cute little treat bags at Target, and they were $1 a piece. I haven't even opened them up. I just grabbed them, and I thought for sure I could do something with them. So you get 2 of them, and there was a couple different designs. So there was this cute glitter pumpkin that was really fun. He's smiling and he's not scary. There was this with the stars and the little lightning bolts, and then this is a fun Halloween color combo with the green and the purple, and that even looks almost like Bermuda Bay on there. And then there was the orange and black stripes. So I picked these up at Target. They were $1 a piece, and I thought that I would attach a really cute tag to that, and then that could be, I'm gonna make all of these up and set them, and then I'll put goodies in them, and I'll either give them for the office, to the office ladies for treats during Halloween, or maybe my husband's work. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to do this tag and use the coordinating punch that goes with it. Okay, let's get started with some stamping. I'm going to use 2 of these bags. So the first one I'm going to use is this polka dotted colored one, and I really feel like this blue matches Bermuda Bay like perfectly. So I grabbed some Bermuda Bay ribbon. And what I did is I just cut off the top, these little top loops. So whenever you're picking stuff up like this, remember that you can always alter this too, and you don't have to use it exactly as it comes. So then I just pinched the top together and I put that ribbon on there. And then let's do some stamping. So I'm gonna take this label and we're gonna start with, this is pumpkin pie. Stamp that. And I think that my pumpkin pie probably needs to be re-inked. It seems like a lot of my stamp pads need to be re-inked. And then the great thing about this is it just coordinates with this punch. So all we're gonna do is line it up upside down, and you can kind of pinch it together to get it to hold there if you're having a little bit of a problem. Just pinch really lightly and then hold it while you are repositioning the image. And then what you're gonna do is just push it down, and that will punch out the image. So then what I did is I stamped out a second image in some Perfect Plum, and then I fussy cut around it. It took a minute to fussy cut that, but it's totally worth it because what we're gonna do, see, I have my image right here. We're just gonna place that right over that, and you're gonna have a totally different look. You could do this with your markers. If you have the Stampin' Up! Writer markers, you could use your brush tip and color all of this different, but this gives you a little bit of dimension, and it's kind of fun to see that popped up. So now I wanna attach this to this bag. And so let's do that with some baker's twine. So all I've done is I poked a little hole right behind that image, and then what I'll do is just attach this to my bag. Okay, so I have that all attached to my bag, and you can see it's just super simple. The baker's twine is just hanging right off that bow, and that's kind of, you know, flowing a little bit, and then you can just put some treats in that. So let me show you how I'm going to do this one with the cat punch and just some designer paper. So this is the designer paper that is the Spooky Night, and this paper coordinates with this punch, so you can totally punch out these cats with your punch. It works super easy. So let's go ahead and do one. You just line it up the same way you would do if you were stamping. And then I also want this side. So the reason that I am starting to fall in love with this cat punch is because you can just do it out of pattern paper, and it's super simple, and it gives you such a fun little cat. So you'll be able to put these together. They work either way. So you can see that you can have the cat going this way or this way. Okay, so I have two of the cats punched out here. One has this design on the back, and then we have one with the eyes there. And so what I want to do is attach both of these, but I want some baker's twine in the middle to make that loop to go around my bag. So you have to put the baker's twine on the bag first, and then you're going to loop those together. I'm going to let that hang off my bag for just a minute. I actually don't need it this long. You can see that. So I'm going to trim some of that off. It's looped right around my bag. And then what we're going to do is take some of our mono adhesive. We'll bring our bag over. We'll put that twine together right on the glue. And then put the second cat right over the first. I've got to use both hands here to just, the mono glue is perfect because that glue will move around a little bit, and you can even move that baker's twine around a tiny bit after you put it on there. So now we have a cute little cat hanging off the side of the bag. So now let's put a stamped image here on the bag to finish it up. Okay guys, are you ready? I am so excited. Okay, so I did the cat. Let me zoom out a tiny bit so you guys can kind of get an idea here. So I did the cat. He's hanging off of there, right? So then I stamped that same sentiment. It says, have a haunted Halloween. And then what I'm going to do is just attach this to like the middle of the bag. Probably worked better because he'll cover it a little bit, but that's okay. So then I felt like this needed like something else. And I was really wanting a spider to like hang off the same way that I did the cat, so you can see it has the fun backing. But you know what I did? I went through all of my old dies, and this is what I found. From last year, we had a framelit set that had these little bats. So what I'm gonna do is do the same thing. I did one in purple, I did a set in purple, and then I did a set in, this is the black and purple. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hook those on and hang them from this. And then I took a little hat from the designer paper. I just fussy cut it, and we're going to attach that to the top of the cat. Oh my gosh, you guys, it turned out so cute. So I did not put these together on camera because these were hard to put together. Like looping that baker's twine over this part of the loop and then hanging it there with the glue. Like you guys, it was like, I was like, oh my word, I'm gonna freak out in a minute here, but I ended up getting glue everywhere, but it was totally okay. The purple and the bats actually go really cute because there's that bat on that stamp already. So then I just added a little bit. This is retired ribbon, so I'm sorry I've used a couple things that have been retired, but this is retired ribbon, and I just attached that to the top here, and I did that over here to kind of balance it out. I felt like over here with the cat and everything on there, it was already pretty heavy over there, but then that's the way this bag came out. So these were so cute to put together. Again, I got the bags at Target. They were $1 and they were super fun to put together. You can see a photo of all of these items over on my website. There's these 2 bags. There is these 2 little treats. And remember to make your cats for your cupcakes that you can stick right in the top. And then I have a really fun banner. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all of these items with the new cat punch and stamp, and then along with the Label Love stamp set and the Label Love punch. You'll be able to pick up any of these items on Friday when the catalog goes live. I'll be back all this week, you guys, celebrating the new catalog release and sharing some fun things with you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will chat with you later.